Pilgrims are still gathering at St. Peter's Square in the Vatican to honor Pope Francis with their final respects. These are live visuals we're beaming to you. Thousands of people reflecting on his life as an ordinary man, as well as his legacy of humility and service, which they say has continued to inspire millions around the world. A number of services, as I mentioned, are being held closer to home. One of them is unfolding in the northwest. That's where we find our reporter, Tebogo Phakedi, who joins us now live from Mahikeng. And Tebogo, let us in on where you're at and what you've heard so far as the world really marks this moment in history.
Good morning, Ayanda, and of course to the viewers. I can tell you that here at the Roman Catholic Church in Mabatu, just outside Mahikeng, the Mass service is expected to take place on Sunday. However, we have visited this church to talk to the parish priest, who is father here, as well as some of the congregants. Of course, this following the death of Pope Francis. This is one of the oldest churches here in South Africa, contributing to the bigger institution of the International Catholic Church. I will just talk to the priest, that is Father Mourning. Thank you so much for your time. Just your reaction to Pope Francis' passing, and of course some of the programs you have in church here to remember his life.
Yes, Pope Francis was not well for quite some time, in and out of the hospital. And then on Easter Monday, we woke up to sad news of his passing. We remember him in many ways. Here in our church on Sunday, we'll have a service. The faithful will bring some flowers just to remember and celebrate his life. That will happen on Sunday. And then yesterday in Kimberley, we had a memorial mass celebrated by Bishop Duncan Tsoke, where all the faithful of our diocese gathered there just to celebrate the life of the Roman Pontiff and just to say he must rest in peace.
What are some of the lessons you draw from him?
Pope Francis was a very humble man. He taught us humility. He also was very passionate about ecology, taking care of creation. He wrote a lot of documents on that, and he was also believing in social friendship, where people must empower each other, accept each other. That level of mutuality, that was the preaching of the Holy Father. He was a man of hope, very hopeful. He pronounced and proclaimed this year a jubilee year of hope, giving the whole world a hope that they must remain hopeful irrespective of the situation and the circumstances they find in. That must be coupled with prayer. They must pray very hard in every situation, and they must remain hopeful that the situation will change. So we remember him about all those good things that he has done for the church and for his leadership and guidance for the church.
Speaking of leadership, what are some of the values that you would want some of community members, or if not all, to emulate from him?
I would like us as Catholics, as Christians across the world, to emulate the spirit of mercy and compassion that he had. He was a very compassionate man, accepting each and every person. As he said, church is a hospital of sinners. So everyone who comes to church must feel comfortable and welcome. He was a welcoming man indeed. And for that, I want us to learn all those traits from him, that compassion, mercy, and forgiveness, reconciliation is everything to humanity.
Thank you so much. That is Father Mourning here at the Roman Catholic Church in Mabatu, just outside Mahikeng, as Pastor, the Pope Francis, that is laying in state with his funeral expected to take place tomorrow. Roman Catholic Church parish priest here saying that they want to emulate his values, but most importantly for people to remain hopeful. I under that is the state here in Mahikeng, where they will also be holding a mass service in remembrance of Pope Francis' life on Sunday.
All right, Tebogo Phakedi is live to us there from Mahikeng in the northwest. For now, Tebogo, thanks very much indeed. And the mass that's going to unfold there at any moment from now, of course, is going to coincide with several other masses, including one currently underway in Pretoria at the main cathedral there. I wonder if we can just bring up some of the visuals to show you what's taking place on the altar. It's a mass that's presided over by a number of priests in the country's capital. A requiem mass, essentially, this speaks to a mass specifically for the repose of the soul of a loved one, and in this instance, of course, the soul of the Pope himself, all culminating in a funeral that's going to take place tomorrow. All of that is taking place with mourners still streaming in, of course, at the Vatican itself. Pope Francis lying in state for just one more day, and we know that those running that operation really run a tight ship. If you haven't gotten to his coffin, we're told typically people are turned away, which of course isn't ideal given the fact that they come from far and wide, but that's how things go. So we'll keep watching that very closely as we also take in the sights and sounds from the cathedral in Pretoria. All of this, of course, in remembrance of Pope Francis.